It was a dark and quiet night in the city center, and three idiot thieves, Ron, Jim, and Mike, were wandering around aimlessly and looking for something to do. They had been hanging out for hours, and the clock pointed at 5 a.m., but they weren't ready to call it a night just yet. As they walked, Jim's stomach started to grumble loudly. "Dude, I'm starving," he said, while patting his belly. "I wish we had some food." But the problem was that none of them had any money left. They had spent it all on drinks and snacks early in the night. That's when Jim had an idea. "Hey, why don't we steal something from the store nearby?" he suggested. Mike immediately protested. He was like, "Are you freaking out of your damn mind? Look, man, we're not stealing. What's wrong with you?" While panicking. When it comes to Ron, he was torn between the two. He was hungry, but he didn't want to do anything illegal. He hesitated for a moment, but then decided to go along with Jim's plan. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna listen to my brother. If you want, you can go ahead." Suddenly he changes his mind. By the way, Ron and Mike are brothers, so left Jim alone, and he decided to approach a convenience store that was closed at this hour. Jim took a deep breath and walked inside while Ron and Mike waited outside. A few moments later, they heard a loud noise coming from inside the store. They could hear angry and shouting voices. They were getting nervous and were about to run when Mike stopped, and he was like, "Wait, hold on. If Jim managed to steal something, we may enjoy it together, aren't we? Now, when he got caught, we're trying to run and abandon him. We can't let him suffer alone when we are equally guilty. So now we're gonna have to face this together," said Mike. Ron was surprised. He was like, "What? Are you freaking crazy? We're gonna get caught too." But Mike was determined. "No, listen, if we leave him alone, he'll be in trouble. We can't do that to our friend." Eventually, Jim came running out of the store, carrying a few packs of chips and some candy. But he was being chased by the store owner, who had caught him red-handed. Ron and Mike rushed to their friend's aid, pleading with the store owner to let him go. They promised to pay for the stolen items and to never do anything like that ever again. After some convincing, the store owner finally agreed to let them go, but not before giving them a stern lesson about the consequences of their deed, which is handed them to the cop. Yep, he did. It's kind of brutal, but for the good. They were taught some lesson by the cop and let them go. And it turns out to become the biggest lesson they learned in their life, because they were underage teenager who is just being a teenager. As they walked away from the police station, Jim felt a mix of emotion. He was relieved that they had all gotten away safely, but he also felt guilty for what they had done. He knew that stealing was wrong, and he didn't want to do it again. The experience taught them all a valuable lesson about the importance of sticking together and looking out for one another, even in difficult situations. They may have been foolish and impulsive for what they had done, but at the same time, they had learned a valuable lesson about morality and the consequences of their actions. So, what do you think? What did I learn from this story? I learned that despite being the one who protested and completely disagreed, yet he was the one who stood up for his friend and chose loyalty. They had chance to escape, but morality makes them choose not to, despite being a teenager. Can you imagine that? So the moral of the story is we should never ever abandon the one who always sticks with us. It could be anybody, friends, best friends, family members, or even roommates, who are always looking forward to giving us another chance of trust if they have to. It's just better not to break it at all in the first place, isn't it? Why? Because that's define a good character. Remember, a good character brings comfort to people around. Actually, you know what? I'm tired of being nice to people. That's what a lot of people say, right? Well, who asked you to be nice to people? If you don't want to, you don't have to. Just focus on yourself instead. Build your character. Learn who you are. Be the best version of yourself. For yourself, people will be comfortable being around you without even trying. So be that comfort. That's all for today's story, guys. I hope you guys like it. This is a true story that I'm trying to share with you guys, so we all can learn and get inspired. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.